Number 153 in the Radiance range is Tai Kato's Blood of Revenge. Now, Tai Kato was a filmmaker I had never heard about until Radiance started releasing his films. This is his 6th single entry into the Radiance collection, which must be the most amount of movies from a director, out with the Radical Japan set. It's from 1965. It's set in 1907 Osaka, and it's all about Asajiro, a man who is almost second in charge of this yakuza clan, who are trying to do business properly. They're kind of working in construction, and when their boss is severely injured and assassinated, it's up to Asajiro to try and balance the yakuza life, this professional business life, and the hot-headed son who's looking for instant retribution. And just to throw in something else, there is a love affair for Asajiro, which may not be allowed to come to its fruition due to politics of neighbouring yakuza clans as well. There is a lot going on here, but it's balanced really well within the tale. As we open up, we understand the aging boss of this group. We understand Asajiro's place, the hot-headed son. We know who the rivals are. We understand the business practices in the world that we are in. These are people who are trying to go straight, who are trying to deliver business and move away from the gangster lifestyle. But you know that they're not going to be allowed to do that. They're going to be pushed, cajoled, and ultimately forced to retaliate at some point. Now, the film isn't wholly unique. Like I said, from that quick synopsis I gave you, you've probably got a clear understanding of where the film is going to go. But Blood of Revenge is a really interesting film in the fact that it's bleak, it's bruised. The director, Tai Kato, is anti-romantic. He feels like he's pushing all the ideas that you would see in other films like this, which are romanticised. The idea of loyalty, the idea of honour, of fighting back and getting that revenge is stripped away and is shown as its base emotion. Honour here is corrosive. You look at revenge as circular. You know, it just keeps coming back, punishing people more and more, and the violence feels less like a cathartic release, but an inevitability on this cycle. And I really love the fact that it does that. So we have a story that is not wholly unique. I feel like we've got a unique take on that story, which just kind of freshens up the film. There's a moment in the film where our main character reveals his tattoo, his yakuza decoration, and what it means to him. And it's not delivered as in pride or honour. It's revealed as a social sentence. It outcasts him. How this is a permanent mark on his identity and something that he could never escape from. Even though he's with someone in a business that's trying to move away, he is tainted. He's marked forever. And it was a wonderful delivery. It was impactful. And it was something that I hadn't really seen done before. Someone laying themselves bare and not championing the idea of the yakuza world, but rather pushing against it and showing how disruptive it can actually be. There are standout sequences within this. Sometimes it can be a quiet moment of contemplation. Other times it could be the tavern confrontation, or the nighttime killing, or the final reckoning, but they're the opposite of what you would expect them to be. That finale isn't as enthralling, as kinetic, as engaging as you would think. It doesn't have that catharsis about it. It feels redundant. It feels like an inevitability, which is going to stop the current cycle of violence and probably start the next cycle, which I really love. Of course, being Tai Kato, it looks wonderful. I think the sets are terrific. I think the performances are great. I think the way he frames and shoots his films offers a real depth and scope to them, highlighting characters and situations, and I think it comes across really well in the film. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for Blood of Revenge. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have Lice Are Scary, one of Tai Kato's earliest films as a director. This short was made at the Man-ei Film Studio in Manchuria as a wartime educational film for the overseas subjects of the Japanese Empire. It runs for 14 minutes, 1 second, and it's a kind of strange oddity, talking about the perils of typhoid, of lice, of not keeping clean, and some political information in there as well. It's kind of like newsreel footage. It's got some animation in it. It's a real curio and a really interesting one. Next we have Junko Fuji, Flower and Storm. Mark Schilling discusses the life and career of actress Junko Fuji and her crucial role in the history of Toei Yakuza films, created exclusively for Radiance in September 2025, and it runs for 14 minutes 39 seconds. I love this because it gives a little bit of history of Japanese cinema, where it was at a specific time, why Junko Fuji was able to get a foothold and create such wonderful characters, and a little bit about some of the male actors, and just I was really interested about the idea of the cinema at that time and the advent of TV and how that was taking away a lot of the power of cinema and how they had to rejuvenate and find something else. There is a 32-page booklet included as well, with 2 essays, Passion Plays in a Brave New World by Earl Jackson and Third Generation Success by Yoji Ishizuka. And that's the extras for Blood of Revenge. There we have it, Blood of Revenge. Tai Kato creates a kind of bitter, exhaustive Yakuza type of film, and you see how he turned the genre mechanics into an entrapment of inherited violence, which I think is a great message throughout the film. I like it. It's one of my favourite of the Tai Kato films that have come out there, up there. Still not on a level with I, the Executioner, which I just absolutely adore. I think it's going to be a hard one to beat, but still a great film and highly recommended, especially if you've been enjoying the Kato films of recent from Radiance. I'd love to know your thoughts on Blood of Revenge, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or feel somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.